I'm Rachel. Welcome to True Love Union. I want to deep dive right now on the importance of not bypassing what is coming up for you right now. This is a really intense time between what's happening in the world, what's happening within family dynamics, relationship dynamics, what's happening within your own inner landscape right now can feel very intense, very painful at times. It's not easy, this path of awakening, of evolution, of greater awareness of what you truly are and what you came here for and what you are about and how to express that in the world. So not glossing over the hard stuff is really important right now, especially because that pain, that struggle is going to turn into your pathway if you let it, if you listen to it and don't simply relegate it to the outskirts of your awareness, if you don't anesthetize yourself to it, if you don't sweep it under the rug or say, I don't have time for this, and dissociate in some way, shape, or form. The pain, the discomfort is coming up because it has a message for you. It is pointing to where you need to shine the spotlight in order to move forward right now. Do you want to evolve? Do you want better for yourself in one area of your life, a few areas of your life, your entire life? Then pay attention. By ignoring what's happening, ignoring the discomfort, the pain, brushing it off, bypassing it, pretending like it's not there, that will only prolong the misery. It will only prolong those lessons that are trying to speak to you. So the way forward is through it. So what is it that's coming up? It might be physical pain in your body. It might be emotional pain or suffering or intensity. It might be mental. Thoughts might be racing. Heaviness might be sitting on you right now, and it's happening for a reason. This is a great purge right now. So we're getting so much up and out of our space that either doesn't belong to us, doesn't serve us anymore. Maybe it never belonged to us. Maybe it was never meant for us, and we somehow allowed it into our space and just decided consciously or unconsciously or subconsciously to carry it. But that doesn't have to be your truth any longer. We are offloading it. And the quickest way to offload is to let it come up. Let it be. You can sit with it. You can breathe into it. You can ask it, what are you here to tell me? And it might speak right away, but it might take some time. It might come through in dreams. It might come through in a powerful conversation with somebody. You might notice some synchronicities and start to pay attention and say, okay, all right, I think this is what is happening here. The important part of all of this is to really pay attention to what's happening for yourself. If you want to speak to it, speak to it. If you have a safe person or safe space to just simply voice it out loud, that in and of itself can be very powerful, very cathartic and clearing and healing. If you have a counselor, a therapist, go. Please speak. Ask questions. We don't have all the answers consciously. We're not meant to. Who can you speak to about this? Who can you ask for help? Who can you ask for support? Do it, because the fastest way through this is by confronting it, addressing it, even if it's scary, even if it's so brutal and hard. I have walked through this myself, so I know what I am talking about. One of the most powerful visions of all of this happened during an EMDR session that I was having with a counselor. And if you are not familiar with EMDR work, I suggest that you look into it and see if it might be something that would benefit you, because it has the potential to change your life. If you've been struggling with a myriad of different issues, this could really help. So during this EMDR session, I visioned myself into the river of the dead. I was in Hades. I was in some form of hell, you could say. The river was black and it was deep looking, and the current was fast, and I didn't have anything but my own body to get me across, and I had to get across in this vision. I started wading into that black water, knowing I've got to find a way, I've got to get across. I'm waiting for my son here at pickup, so thank you for joining me here. I had to get through. So I started wading in. Then suddenly 2 men in a boat appeared. They were attempting to cross, but in the safety of this boat. And they said, "You're never going to get across. You don't have a boat. How are you going to get across? You will drown." And I just continued walking, slogging through, at any point waiting for the bottom to drop out beneath my feet and be literally thrown into this river of death. But in this vision, I wouldn't give up. I couldn't give up. And I couldn't listen to those voices telling me I was going to fail. I had to. I kept going in this vision. And as I kept going, the river never got any deeper. I was able to wade across. And these men were doing their best. And whatever that represented for me, it was just people attempting in the best way they knew how, maybe in the only way they knew how. And they were afraid to try any other way. But all I had was me. Didn't have anything or anyone else. In fact, I wasn't even wearing any clothes. I was as vulnerable as you can possibly get, and I had to find a way through. I continued walking, and eventually I made it across to the other side. And I just felt that sense of inner accomplishment that comes with doing the most difficult thing no matter what, and knowing I just have to keep trying. I have to keep going. I don't have a choice. And I made it, and I did it, and I survived. And not only did I survive, but because I had accomplished that seemingly insurmountable task, I had that inner glow that comes with accomplishment. And that is not just survival, that is thriving. And so through that EMDR session, I carried that inner fortitude, strength, knowing, empowerment within myself, knowing. I confronted death and I found a way through. And what is death but transformation anyways? It's just transforming from one form to another. Some, would argue that is one of the biggest transformations we will ever undergo here. And I confronted that in a vision. And that told me a lot about myself. Because I've done hard things before. We all have. Where have you slogged through, continued going, continued walking, even though it was scary, it was dark, you couldn't see what was coming next. People around you were warning you, you won't make it, or telling you, you won't make it. And still you persevered. That's what this feels like right now in a lot of ways. This is a very deep, core deep confrontation happening for so many right now. For those of us who are really here for our evolution, our human evolution, our spiritual evolution, we are confronting some of the most difficult, painful things right now. And I'm here. I'm not giving up. I never have. Even when I just wanted to lie down and give up everything, I didn't. And if you're here listening to this, you didn't either. So congratulations. You are worthy of achieving bigger, greater things for yourself. And it's simply because you're showing up. I'm showing up. We are here for bigger, for better. Listen to your pain. What does it want to tell you? That's really important right now. If you are wanting to go deeper into where you are in your evolution journey, in your soul journey, on your path of love, I offer session work. Check out my Calendly link. I offer a clearing session if clearing your energy field might be beneficial. That is one of the fastest ways I have found to really shift things fast, is simply by clearing, and you have the power to do it yourself. I'm going to make a video on that. But we're here to do the hard things, and we're not here to do it alone. Thanks for joining me. I can't wait to see you on the next one. Mwah.